Here's why Apple stock is still a winner. Apple has delivered 4 consecutive quarters of lower product sales. That's not good for Apple stock. Its services business continues to make Apple a more balanced and true ecosystem. The services margin helps pay for dividends and buybacks, rewarding shareholders. Let's dive in. Here are the 3 reasons to buy Apple stock even after its 4th consecutive sales decline. Welcome to Timely Investment Research. Apple reported its 4th quarter of falling sales on November 2nd. Apple stock fell on the news. Wisely, investors took the sales decline in stride. Its shares are up 7 of the last 9 trading days since. There is more to Apple than the iPhone. And while its shares might be getting hammered by Nvidia in 2023, Apple's 51% year-to-date boon is about 1/5 of Nvidia's gains. There is still so much to like about Warren Buffett's favorite holding. Despite the slowdown in iPhone sales in the past 12 months, analysts still generally like it. Of the 44 covering Apple stock, 28 rate it outperform or buy, with a target price of $195.90. I've got 3 other reasons you'll want to consider putting Apple stock under the tree this holiday season. Apple services revenue continues to grow. Apple's services revenue stood out in 4th quarter 2023, generating an all-time high of $22.3 billion, 16.3% higher than a year earlier. Services accounted for 24.9% of its $89.5 billion overall revenue in the quarter, up 360 basis points from 4th quarter 2022. In addition, it beat analyst estimates by nearly $1 billion. As a result, the segment finished the fiscal year with revenue of $85.2 billion, 9.1% higher than in 2022 and accounting for 22.2% of its overall sales, 240 basis points higher than in 2022. Our performance in services were broad-based as we reached all-time revenue records in the Americas, Europe, and rest of Asia-Pacific, and a September quarter record in Greater China. We also set new records in every services category, stated Chief Financial Officer Luca Mastri in the 4th quarter 2023 conference call. In 2023, the services business had a 70% gross margin, 34 percentage points higher than its product segment. It might generate less revenue, but it helps drive its operating profit, returning capital to shareholders. In 2023, the company returned $92.6 billion to shareholders through dividends and share repurchases. That was less than 2022, but still a significant amount. As you might be aware, Apple represents Berkshire Hathaway's most significant equity position, accounting for 49% of its $355 billion equity portfolio. Warren Buffett first acquired Apple shares in 1st quarter 2016. Apple's share count at the end of that quarter was 5.5 billion. Today, there are 15.8 billion or 3.95 billion pre-split, accounting for the August 2024 for 1 split. Since Buffett became a shareholder, the share count has fallen by 20%, increasing Berkshire's stake without it spending a nickel of its cash. That's why Buffett likes repurchases so much. I'd have to go back and calculate the return on Apple's investment from its share repurchases since 2016, but I'm sure it's significant. Thank you, Google. My last point is a recent piece of news. Alphabet expert witness Kevin Murphy appeared in court on November 13th as part of the company's antitrust battle with the Department of Justice. Murphy revealed that Apple gets 36% of Google's search advertising revenue generated through Apple's Safari browser as part of their search default agreement. According to CNBC reporting, Bernstein analyst Tony Sacconaghi estimated Apple could get $19 billion this year from its deal with Google. That's about 5% of Apple's 2023 revenue of $383 billion. That's a lot of money for doing nothing. Interestingly, Ars Technica reported that Google gives up a much higher percentage of search revenue from Safari than it does from cooperative Android manufacturers. How much more does Google pay for an Apple user than an Android one? A lot. It was recently revealed in the Epic v. Google trial. Google has a few monopoly lawsuits going on. That the highest tier of search revenue share for cooperative Android original equipment manufacturers is only 12%, a third of what Google pays Apple, stated Ars Technica contributor Ron Amadeo on November 15th. That is a classic example of the value and power of the Apple ecosystem compared to anything else that currently exists. Priceless, as MasterCard ads say. Thanks for spending some time with us today, Timely Investment Research. We're so glad you did. If you found value in today's video, please give us a like, hit that bell icon to never miss an upload, and hey, don't forget to subscribe.